Hello everyone, it's Jack's Girl and it's Sunday. I think it's I want to say the 16th, I could be wrong. 17th maybe. Anyway, how's everyone doing? I wish I could hear everybody chime in saying what it is that they're working on, if they're working on a project or just sitting back and relaxing. I know sometimes when I turn on FlossTube, I just want to tune in and see what you guys are doing. So I did briefly think about spending some time and writing down notes and, like the order I wanted to talk about things. And then I thought, we're all friends here, and I just want to keep this really casual and light and just kind of like tell you guys things as they kind of come to my brain, as if we were sitting across from one another. So, hello. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed and all of you who return and enjoy watching my videos. I enjoy making them for you. I enjoy reading your comments. There are a few of you who often comment, and I appreciate it. I really, really do. I really appreciate it. So, let's get started. A little bit about me. I think one of the last videos that I made where I was talking to you guys, I had mentioned that I was contemplating some ideas and thoughts and some changes, and I did. I made a change, and I decided to leave my job, and that was scary. Yeah, just up and leaving. I did give my resignation letter and gave them 2 weeks, and I'm free. So for right now, I'm just taking a break and enjoying my family and trying to get things done that been neglected, because I was working full-time and I was in school full-time, and then trying to take care of things like my daughter then was in 3rd grade and try to keep up with all her projects and reports and things that she had to write, and trying to keep up on the housework, which was just, making sure the house was just basically clean and not doing any of the deep cleaning that I like to do to maintain like the house. And my dog. You guys have seen my dog. She's a Dutch Shepherd, and she requires a lot of attention. She's full of energy. She is the type of dog that police departments do look forward to using as officers, because they just keep going and keep going and keep going, and they'll take a little downtime and then they're ready to go again. So this is a life commitment. It's not just having a pet. I do have 2 other dogs that are like my pets, who are just easy going. They love to run and play, but then they're also very happy just laying around. This dog, no, she is not like that at all. She wants to be active, and so she requires a lot of my time, which, like I said, I knew that going in. I did a lot of research on her, and I love her to pieces. Oh, I love that dog. Anyways, okay. So, in case anyone's wondering, let's get this out of the way. Black Rifle Coffee Company. Yes, I do drink coffee. It's a necessity. Sometimes when I work, trying to stay up after only getting like 4 hours of sleep during the day, and then trying to stay up all night, sometimes I do require a little extra boost. I do not get paid by this company. I am not one of their sponsors. I do buy their coffee for a couple of reasons. First of all, I like it. I like the taste of it. And they are veteran owned, and they support the military. They support law enforcement. They support anyone, I think, basically, that are out there doing a good job. And anyways, but they are veteran owned, and they do back the military. Some of their owners, I believe, have Dutch Shepherds. That also drew my attention to them, because it's a small community of people who have a Dutch Shepherd. They're kind of a unique breed. But I love their t-shirts, I have to say. They are so soft and comfy. I know I've mentioned before, I'm not a big t-shirt wearer, and I've been starting to wear some of these t-shirts. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I see what the attention is to wearing a nice, soft, comfy t-shirt. So, yeah, wearing a big, soft, comfy t-shirt, and I love it. So anyways, yeah, like I said, again, I'm not affiliated with the company, but I do appreciate what they stand for. They do have a few stores, not very many around. There is one in Las Vegas, and sometimes I do hit it when we come out to Utah from California. And other than that, we just have it delivered to the house. So if you like coffee and it interests you with the veterans and supporting that type of thing, and you want to check it out, it doesn't hurt. All right, so now that is out of the way, my daughter's back in school. She started right after Labor Day. She's in the 4th grade. I can't believe it. And she's loving it. She's only been in school for 2 weeks, but she loves school, so I'm glad, thankfully. You hear my baby? She's we're kind of 2 peas in a pod. She loves to be with me if I'm in the room and she sees me and she's in her pen, which she has to be in a pen a lot. She's getting a little better as she ages. She'll be able to be out more, but she's just constant attention. She's always got to find something to chew on and play with it. So we do take her out frequently. I had to put her back in. It's just part of the conditioning with her. Anyways, she doesn't like knowing that I'm down here and she's not down here with me. There's no way I could make a video with her in here. You saw the time in that video where she came running through and just all over every place. She's a bundle of fun. Okay. So as far as stitching, let's see. I have done some knitting. It was, I took my daughter to a play date with some of her schoolmates the first week after school, and I was sitting there knitting because I like to keep my hands busy. And some of the little girls came over, actually, and even one of the little boys, they came over and they were watching, and I was knitting a baby headband. And so they asked if they could try, and one little girl just picked it up and just was really working on it. So I let her make it even longer, and then she was able to make it for herself. And then I finished it off for her because we ran out of time, and all I needed to do was just bind it together, and I added a flower for her, and she was beyond thrilled getting it. So her mom wants to have me work some more with her little girl and showing her how to do some more knitting, and maybe even teach a class at the Girl Scouts. See, now I have time for that kind of stuff, at least for the time being. I am going to go back to work, and I have one phone job interview tomorrow, which is sometimes the way the process goes. There's a phone interview, and then they set up an interview, and then sometimes you'll have 2 interviews after that, face-to-face. So we'll see. I'm not in a rush. And I don't think I'm going to go back to work full-time because my daughter does require, a little bit more of my help. She's aging, and eventually she won't need me there as much, but right now maybe to be there for her, so we'll see. Anyway, my husband supports that idea. He kind of wants me to go to work just per diem. So would have to work, I think, let's see, 1 day a week. But then I can also pick up more schedules or more shifts as I need or I want, so that should work out. Anyways, back to the knitting. This is one of the hats I recently made. I did make some more. They're in California. This one I made on the drive out to Utah. So I put a little flower on there. I like making the girl hats. They're my favorite. I just like the being able to do the cute stuff. So that's all I have to show you for knitting right now. I do have a finish in cross stitch, but I left that in California, so I'll have to show you guys another video. Anyways, there's that. All right, so let me show you guys what I recently picked up from, let's see, the thrift store. I'm gonna kind of go through my things here. I picked up a snag nabbit. I know some of you guys talk about the snag nabbits. I don't really know why I would need it, one because some of you guys have one. It was $1, so I don't know if that's a good price for it or not. But I thought it might be a good tool to have on hand anyway, just in case, right? We all have those just in case purchases. That's mine. I also picked up, let's see, I picked up some cards, MasterCards, MasterCards. So you can put your floss through there and then number it. There's 15 spaces, nice cardstock. It was 50 cents. This is open. Usually the thrift store seals their stuff, like they would put tape, so I don't know if someone opened it and pulled one out, or so if there were 3, there's only 2 in here now, but for 50 cents. It was originally sold for $2, so I went ahead and got that. And I picked up, this is pretty cool. This is a kit from Sweden. I think it's really pretty. This is the pattern that's included. What I was after was this frame here. I'll take it out and show you guys. And then also the fact that it came from Sweden. We sometimes don't get to see those things. Like, you know, there's certain places we get stuff from. China is one of them, you know. But to see things come from like Ireland or Sweden and those places, that is rare. So I think I paid $1 for this. I also like the fact that it has like, this information is all from Sweden and the language is all in Swedish. Pretty cool. It does come with DMC. Let me show you guys. So there's that. And then it came with all the DMC floss, which is very pretty colors. I like all that. So lovely. And a needle. I'm just kind of like showing you because of the Swedish language, in case any of you guys are interested. And then it came with the Ada. And I will show you guys this part too. Really just neat to see a different language, I think, anyway. The ink wasn't quite dried yet when they packaged it, so some of the pattern's a little smeared, but it doesn't ruin it. I noticed that it was, some of the ink is on here, but that's pretty cool. It's that old that back in the day when you would print things out and the ink was actually on the paper, and now it's not like that anymore. So I don't know what the date is of when it was printed. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I might, but maybe not. I don't see it. Anyway, so this is a pretty cool frame. And then it's funny because I was looking at some patterns or something and I saw a frame similar to this like recently, and it was like on a newer pattern. I don't know, but it's kind of rubberized, which is interesting. This was made in Taiwan, the ROC. What is it? The Republic of China. So that might kind of give an indication to the date, but it's probably like 80s, 90s, somewhere in there. But anyways, yeah, so I was after that. I thought a really pretty seashell pattern will look pretty in that. But however, I think this pattern is pretty too. It wouldn't fit my needs in my house. Can't put that there. I picked up some floss, some DMC floss. All these beautiful colors. They keep DMC behind their counter, and they add to it as they get it. They only charge 20 cents for it. Sometimes it doesn't look always the best, depending on how someone else had kept it. So I make sure that it looks nice, smells nice. That is one of the other reasons why, too, I don't like my floss, because I do purchase it. This came out of someone else's house. So I don't know the conditions that sometimes it was sitting in. And then also, I just think about it, even sitting in the store, it collects dust, people touching it, and I don't want that. And I don't know if it's just because I'm a nurse. I'm not a germaphobe, but I am very conscientious of what germs are out there and what they can do. And, you know, some of them are not that harmful, but just the idea of someone going, yeah, and me putting that in my mouth. And I heard a story, and I can't remember. I almost want to say that I heard it here on FlossTube years ago. Something about how a woman was looking through floss, and then, you know, she had like on a low-cut t-shirt, and she was putting the floss in her bra, like, I guess to hold it while she was shopping. I don't know why, but, you know, some people use this as their shelf. I see cell phones there. Money goes there. Anyway, so she was looking through the floss and putting it there and then taking it out. And the other woman who was reporting said something about like it being a hot day and it's probably sweaty. The woman probably didn't put those floss back. She probably kept it, but it was just the idea that maybe even if she did put it away, you know, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not a floss licker. I don't have a problem if you are, but I won't do it. So I know a lot of you guys are floss lickers. I used to be. So, you know, I used to do that, but I don't anymore. Oops. Dog hair. I picked this kit up. This was $2. It has a pattern here. It's breadcloth. I haven't opened it up yet. And, like I need another breadcloth, but I just, like I've mentioned before, I think the idea of having this big piece of soft material is what appeals me to. Oh, there's two of them in here. I didn't know that. So here's this one. And I think it's a 22 count. This talks about the 22 count, or the 26 count, oh my goodness, and 14 count. So let's see if there's a difference in this. No. So it must be if it's 14 count or 22 count, you can, or 26 count, you use it like a 14 count. I don't know. But it looks like that's like a napkin size. Interesting. So there's supposed to be just an 18 by 18. And then there's this one. And I've got two. Oh, good to know. So I was telling my friend Jane that it's possible I could even just use this and stitch something pretty on it and then stick it in the center of my table just to have for display with something. I don't know. But now I have that to work with. So that's fun. All right, so that was that. And then I went to Joann's because I was kitting up two projects. Yeah, two projects, and I saw that I didn't have certain colors. I will swap out colors for something that I have on hand, but there are some times that I don't do that for whatever random reason. Let me see. So I'm doing two projects. I'll tell you guys about that in a second. But anyways, so I ended up picking up some floss, and I'll show you the colors that I picked up. 40% off on the floss. So these were the colors that I got. Those are pretty together, right? These are for one kit, and this is for another, but even those are just pretty together. At least I thought so. I thought I would show it to you guys. And then the other thing that I picked up was this here, embroidery patterns. I haven't even used my other ones that I got a while back, but I picked it up because it was $1.47, and I wanted that. So there's Fighting for Our Freedom, and U.S. Army, Air Force, teacher, and the firemen. there's anything else. Oh, there's quite a bit in here. I didn't even see this. So there's the Marine Corps and the Coast Guard and support our troops. Proud military mom and dad. U.S. Navy. Ooh, that one's a good one. It's backwards for you guys. It's backwards for me, but U.S. Navy. It should have been the camera the right way. There's a tank. National Guard. United We Stand. Ooh, that's cute. Now both dogs are going. To support our troops. Oh, to serve and protect. So, police. I like that. I like those men in uniform. I have to say. Oh, there's quite a bit. Oh, there's a love in the hair. Oh, it looks like hairstylists. Look at that. Love is in the hair. Aww. For all those hairstylists that keep us looking good. That's cute. We all know a hairstylist, don't we? Let's see. What's this one? Oh, veterinarian. Aww. Look. Veterinarian. I don't know if it's showing up backwards. In the camera, it's showing up the right way. And then best coach and Feeding America. Look at this one. What would we do without our farmers? I mean, seriously, farming is not easy. Growing my own vegetables is not easy. I'm glad I picked this up. So I got that. And then, I went to a thrift store out here in Utah. They had some nice things. I almost picked up some more DMC. And then there was some beautiful, I think, maybe it was Joblin fabric, but it was like 28 count, and I just thought, I'm not ready to do that. My eyesight, is 47 years old, and I need to wear my readers when I stitch, and which is fine and all that, but if it's too difficult, then it takes the pleasure out for me, so I don't know yet if I'm ready to do something like that. I like the 14 count, to be quite honest with you. I don't have a problem with it. I like that I can stitch quickly and easily with it. It makes it more pleasurable for me. That's just for me. So I picked this up at one of the thrift stores out here. It's gray Ada, and I don't know what I'm gonna put on it yet. I just saw a bunny pattern, but I don't think I want to put a bunny pattern on this. I don't know. All right, so let's get to, let me show you guys the very first piece of cross stitch I ever did. I was 14 years old, and I remember I was sitting in my home ec class, and our teacher said, you guys are going to learn to cross stitch. And I just thought, are you kidding me? Like, that is old lady work. I'm not doing that. And I know I've told this story before. I wish I could find her. I'm trying to look for her sons. I went to school with her sons. I haven't had any success, but I think I have a lead. I had to find them because I want to find her and tell her this old lady still cross stitches. Anyways, this is the one that I did. Look at this. It's a mess. Let me take it out of this. I put it in here. I took it out not too long ago to look at it and be like, oh. So she gave us like the tiniest piece of fabric to, first of all, like, okay, you don't need a very big piece, and we're all just going to try something small. I remember her passing out patterns, which some people would say that's wrong, but I don't know. You're teaching a young girl how to cross stitch, and she's using a pattern that you're loaning her. I can't imagine that being wrong. I don't know. The whole bit, I know it's a little spin off, but the whole idea of like sharing patterns to protect the designer, I completely respect. But what confuses me is selling them, reselling them. Is that like, is that wrong? Because now that designer is not getting paid for something you're reselling. And some of these people, like Lady of the Flag, oh my goodness. And some people are just like making a killing off of that when the original person didn't get paid that much. And I get it, when it's out of print, it does become more valuable, but what happened to the person who designed that? So that's a tough one that I think about. I know I give some things away, I just give them away and I haven't used them. So then in my mind, I justify that, but then I go to the thrift store and I pick up something, but they're cheap. It's not like they're making their killing off of it, 10 cents, 25 cents, $1. And so I understand that, like, you're reselling it because, you know, it was yours and you have the right to sell something, right? But you're not making a killing and you're not making the same price. I don't know. When is it legal, moral, respectable? I don't know. Anyways, back on track. So here's my little well. All the stains on it. I could try to wash it. I might try to wash it. Here's some floss hanging out of it. You want to see the back? Yeah. So that's the back. There's no border. She was just basically teaching us, like, to work. I probably started at the top. Like, that is about ready to come apart. She probably didn't teach us, like, hey, start in the center. I don't know. Maybe she did. I don't know. But it was probably to just get it, for us to get the idea. I wonder how many of the students in her class kept it up. I did. Crosses go all different ways, but it kind of adds this, like, funky little shine. That was nice of her to let us use her stuff. Because, you know, all of us know how valuable our things are. But, yeah. And then I got hooked, and my mom enjoyed going to the store and picking up new patterns for me. And she would sometimes come home with just different colors of floss for me. You know, when I was a kid, it really didn't matter. She would just pick out colors and like, oh, I thought this one was pretty. And anyway, now it's in there all wonky. That's okay, because I'm going to take it out, and I think I'm going to try to give it a bath. See if I can't get it cleaned out. And now that my house is in the theme of ocean stuff, it's going to be perfect. So, I don't know. I'll hide that for now. So, okay, let me show you guys gathering honey. You guys have all seen the pattern before. This is where I am on this. Oh, my little dog is barking. My big dog must be outside. My husband will sometimes take one or both dogs out. So there's this. So where I've been working recently here is in this one. And I was trying to, after I said I wasn't going to do any more rotations, right? I was just going to work on this one and get it done. This is just a big project. It really is. And so, you know, I started the mason jar flowers because I needed, I wanted to show appreciation, not needed, but I wanted to show appreciation to my friend who gave it to me. So I thought I'd start on it, but then I really got hooked on it. And this one I cannot do in the car because it's just so tiny. But I did these flowers last month underneath the hollyhocks. And then I worked on the carrots. And then I think that's like cabbage or lettuce down below. This one here. So those need some back stitch. And then this section will be complete. And then I just need to start in over here. So I haven't worked on this in like 2 weeks. I've just been having fun with mason jar, which I finished mason jar. I'll talk more about that when I can make a video with it in it. So this is this beauty. And now I've been keeping them in folders because I bought a bunch of folders like for $2. I must have bought probably 100 folders. So they're coming in handy. Getting a little tattered, but you know, it's protecting my stuff here. So, yeah, anyways, oh, this is the, in case you are new to me and you haven't seen it, that's gathering honey. So, all this, like here's this around here, there's lettering, all the honeycomb, all these flowers need to be done, and then around it again. So it's a big project. I was a foolish girl when I started that one. I had no idea how long this was going to take. But it's okay. So, you know, I did say that I mentioned that I didn't want to do, I'm going to put some of the stuff all away while I talk. I didn't want to do rotations anymore. I just wanted to finish because in case something happens to me and I croak, at least my daughter has a project from me, you know, that she doesn't have like 10 unfinished projects. But I think with having a big project like that, it's a good idea for me, for fun, to have something else to do. Okay, and I think that's why you guys all do it too, because it does feel good to work on different things. And right now, since I'm not working, I have time to do stuff. In this case here, I have which I haven't worked on this in a while. That's the pattern. I'm working on this one, the Mill Hill kit that my daughter bought me probably 3 years ago, so I really need to get this one done. Maybe this week I'll focus on getting this guy done, this lady done, this girl, this angel. I'm at the point of just beading now. So, you know, all this is done. There's some, I think, ribbon work that needs to be done in there and some beading. So, yeah. I need to do that. Get that finished. I was going to try to do it while I was at work one time at lunchtime, and I thought, are you crazy? I keep the other things in here. This is a Yardley English Rose tin where the soap came in, and needle minder here, and then 2 needles so in case one got lost. And then inside I keep the beads. You see all the beads are like, you know, multicolored. There's 2 packs of them. And so, yeah, I thought this was not a good idea to do at work on, you know, a short lunch break. And then I also keep scissors in there. It's always, in my opinion, it's always good to keep scissors in with each project, so that way it's easy to be on the go. So, yeah, so it all fits in there nicely. And then I have a yellow colored pencil that I've had since I was probably like 14 to mark off my pattern, my working pattern. And as you can see, I have all this stuff in there. It's kind of fun to see what people keep, how they keep their stuff organized sometimes, right? Like that. And Denise, I've been filling this beauty up. This is still the one you sent me. And then I have my, was it James John James? I can't remember the name of those. Those are all in there. Ah, it's so bright. And then I put a pack of them here. They're kind of just hanging out in there. A big, huge needle. And then the ones that I get from kits. So, yeah. I'm using it, girl. I'm using it. Okay. So my other projects that I'm working on. Sorry, the little butterfly caught my attention. Oh my gosh, my dog. That's the little one, the Maltipoo. So I got in this little bag here. This was for my fabric that I'm using. So I have a scissor in here. These are old too. Those ones I just showed you, those were my grandmother's. These ones here are also my grandmother's. Like, these are old looking. They look rusty, but they're not. It's like the silver plating came off. Have those, some floss in there. So let me show you. This came out of this, The Love of Cross Stitch, 1998, and I'm working on Lamb of God. This hay is all a quarter stitch. Oh yeah. So that's fun. I haven't made my working copy yet. So I'm just kind of working in the blocks, like, you know how you have your blocks. So I'm just working in 2 blocks, and that way I can try to remember where I am. And in here, I'm like just barely in there. I've done a little bit. Now this is on a dark blue Ada, or a medium blue maybe. Mine's on dark blue because it's what I have, and it's one of them that I bought at the thrift store here out in Utah. Sorry, more dog here. She's in her shedding season. She has 2 shedding seasons, so I really brushed her out the other day. Oh, got lots of hair off her. I'm gonna do it again today because it's like everywhere. So, wait, is it this way? Yeah, this way. My needle and floss is here. I don't know if I tied it off or not, but anyways, here we go. Yeah, so very little done on it, but it's, you know, it's a work in progress, right? And it's on dark fabric, so it gives me a challenge, as well as those quarter stitches. Those are just, I think this is on a 14 count. Yes, it's 14 count, and that's where I am. So right about here, I can start putting in baby Jesus, part of his leg, I think. Oh my goodness, that dog hair. I can't get that one off. I will eventually, trust me. Yeah, so there's that, and not bad. It's just, I know that I need to do this with really good lighting, which is completely fine. I think I'm gonna give this one some love today. We'll see. That's that. And I didn't pack many of the colors. I just grabbed a few. So I've got like the hay colors and some of his blanket. This one I want to do for the called for colors, because I'm putting this in the folder. I want to use the called for colors just because, well, no, I take that back. His hair is like this golden color in the pattern, and I think I'm going to make it just a little bit darker. The people of that region usually were dark-headed, so I believe that he was probably dark-headed, although some of his babies will have light hair. From what I've seen in my experience, most babies are born with dark head. Now, maybe in some place like where there's a lot more blondes, maybe the Netherlands. No, there's a lot of dark-headed people in the Netherlands too. Maybe Switzerland, maybe even Denmark. I'm not sure. You could chime in here, Jane, and let me know if more people are dark-headed or blonde-headed. But even the babies who are born to blonde parents, who have blonde siblings, the majority of them I will still see with dark hair, and then their hair falls out and it lightens, like they'll get their lighter color. There are a few blondes, like, and we're surprised when we find one, like, it's like, oh my goodness, it's baby's blonde, or like, look at this baby, it's a redhead. Because like I said, like even if the parents have those features, sometimes the baby will still come out with dark hair, and I'm not quite sure what the reason is behind that. So, you know, and I know I live in a place where there's a lot of Hispanic people, so there's a lot of dark-headed people, and I serve a community, or I was serving a community with a lot of Hispanic people. But yeah, like I said, you know, these blonde parents will even have a dark-headed baby, and then sometimes it'll fall out. So I don't know. Anyways, long story short, to get around to, I want to make my baby dark-headed. Baby Jesus dark-headed. So there's that. All right, and then my next one, oh boy, my dogs. This is a long video. I think this is the longest one I've had in a while. It's gonna take forever to upload. Oh, last time I was here in Utah, I had to go to work, and so I hitched a ride from my in-laws because they were leaving our house, which, by the way, they are planning to move out here with us, which is pretty awesome because I love my in-laws, and I told them that I will take care of them as long as I can. If they want to stay in their own home, or if they want to come and live in with us, whatever they want to do. They want to, you know, have their own home as long as they can. So now they're out here looking for a house too, and they're actually thinking of building one. So that'll be exciting. But anyway, so I hitched a ride back to California with them so I could work a night shift that night. And then as soon as I got off work, get back on a plane. That was the plan, right, Jane? Remember, I told you all about that. So then I hitched a ride back on the plane back to California. Well, when I rode home with my in-laws, you know, of course I take all my crap with me. Not all of it, but, you know, my crafting crap. And I shouldn't have said that word. It's not nice. But anyway, so I took my knitting. Well, then I realized I don't know exactly what the regulations are, and I didn't want to take the time and bother to look to see if I could take knitting needles or crochet hooks or anything. And then I have the plastic needle for doing other stuff, and I just thought, and then I have to have scissors to cut the yarn, and I just thought, and I'm just gonna leave it home. But the nice thing about using this is that it's not a problem going on the plane. So at least I had this to cut my floss with. So long story, just to give you guys that. All right, so this is the other one, and then I'm gonna end my video. So I bought this magazine this year. Really been getting into these magazines. Oh my goodness. There's 365 designs and I want to do them all. They're all so cute. I won't be able to because some of them just, I don't have a purpose. You know, like there's a lot of alphabets and things in here, and I don't need like all of those letters. So, you know, it just, reality has to hit me at some point and say, you can't do them all, but, you know, if you can, you can. If I have a need to, I will. But anyways, so this one, of course, you know, the date is kind of a funny thing to find on here. This is just as new for 2018. It's volume 7. So if anybody's looking for this. Anyways, let's see if I have the picture. Sorry. So that's the one I want to do. This Tatty Scarecrow. So I think he's really cute. They did him on, looks like this one here was done on the 14 count white Aida. And I had mentioned that I found this fabric at the thrift store that I wanted to use it on. It's the Floba. Never used that before, and I think it was 18 count. I think when I counted out and measured it out, it was 18 count. So I didn't know how well it would work, and then Jane was so nice to give me like the information that I needed, that yes, it will work. Yeah, it is. It's the Floba. I didn't have to count that one out. Oh no, I did have to count that one out. It was 12 by 18, and I got this one for 50 cents. I have all my floss colors in here, so I kitted this one up. This one, I was able to use like the actual called for, and then on some of them, and now I remember what it's from. I have a lot of, it looks terrible. Trust me, it's not. This one here, I don't know, this is some, yeah, I didn't knot this one. But I couldn't remember. I have a couple of hanks of floss, and I couldn't remember why I had them, and there was like 2 big chunks of floss. I'm thinking, I don't know why I have them, but I think I'm gonna try to use them. I know what they were from now. I had made my daughter a quilt. It was a stamped cross-stitch quilt, and I had started working on it. I had put many hours into it, and stupid me, don't know what I was thinking. I think I had the cross-stitch and the quilt in a bag, and then I put my drink inside the bag, and I was carrying it into the hotel. And of course my drink sloshed and spilt and wiped part of that pattern out, and it was like unsalvageable. I was gonna try, and I thought I could do it, and I was so upset because I had spent so many hours working on it, and now it was like just ruined. So I went back to the store, bought another one, and restarted it. But I got it done. So yeah, I have a lot of the floss from, I think, that. And I know I got it from that. So I decided I'm going to use it. This, I told my daughter the other day, I said, this is for you. I'm making this for you. So we'll use it as decoration. I don't have a lot of Halloween decoration. Fall decoration I like. So I just thought, oh, this is really cute. And I also like this little spider. Let me show you guys the spider. This little spider. So I think I'm going to put that spider somewhere. I don't know, maybe make it look like a web hanging off of the arm or something somewhere. So I told my daughter, this is going to be something so when, you know, you have your own family or whatever, I'll give it to you. I'm gonna have to run my dog again. My husband already did. Ugh. So anyways, yeah, gonna tell her that, you know, years from now she could take it with her. So I didn't have the called for jean ones. This one, yes, and this one it looked good. And it looked close to it. Wait. This one looked close to that light blue. So that's fine. What was I gonna say? What did I tell you guys? I don't know. But, so then, when I went to Joann's the other day and I bought these guys, this one actually was the called for color. This $7.99 was the called for color. And I used 809. You can tell there's a slight difference, but not by much. And who said I can't do that? I would love for the cross-stitch police to come and arrest me. Handcuffs, please. Just kidding. Just kidding. But anyways, yeah. So it was close anyway. I went ahead and picked that up. The one color I didn't pick up, which foolish me, there was like this orange color. Yeah, it was an orange color. Let's see if I can find it. And I counted it yesterday. I finally found it like after I went to the store. There's only 13 stitches. And it's like, this is hard to see. This, I don't know. I don't even know if I can show you guys. I don't have a pen handy. Okay, so there's these oranges in here. There's just a few right here. This is the color. Right there, there's like 5 here and 8 here. That is it. I'm not gonna spend 52 cents for that. Although, you know, I could put it for my collection, but what I'm going to do is just use a color out of my, what I already have. And since I'm kind of doing that anyway, I just thought it'd be kind of fun. Anyhow, but next time I go, I will pick those up. Oh, I need to write those down. I can't put those in my thing yet. And I had this random one. I think this came from that quilt that I had made, and I looked at the color of that. I don't know why it's here. I don't know why you care. So let me show you guys. This is gonna be an hour long. I can't believe it. Let me show you guys where I am with Taddy. This is like, it just calls it a Taddy Scarecrow. So I'm calling him Taddy. And this is Jeans. This here is going to be a patch right here with red and white. And then in here, the color kind of changes. I guess where maybe they're faded or brighter from the sun or something. There's going to be some more of that there. So I'll show you guys. I have a clear idea. Hold on, I'm a professional. Oh my goodness, my little dog. And now my big dog. Let's see. So there you go. That. So, pretty happy with that. Yeah, so if you guys like that pattern, hopefully you could find this book, this magazine. There's so many designs in there. I love it. And I think that'll be all that I show you for now. Oh, I will show you guys what I'm using to collect my little cast-offs here. It's almost like, hey, you guys want to show? I thought I was all gonna do. It's gonna be like, all right, well, like, cheers. No. This is an old glass from probably like the 1940s, maybe 20s. I'm not quite sure. It's vintage. That I do know. It was in my grandmother's collection. It's pink depression glass. I like the pink glass. My mother started collecting pink depression glass for me. My grandmother collected pink, and then I think she went to red. And then my aunt on my maternal side, so my grandmother's oldest daughter, collected red. And then my mother collected green. And my mom started collecting the pink for me, and I like the pink. So I'm using that to collect the threads that I cut off. So I think that's it. I have nothing else to share with you guys. I've been doing a lot of reading, having fun catching up with my reading. And that's about it. Oh, let's see. I show you guys sometimes my angels. So this one here is for September. Lord, watch over me in everything I do, bringing care and comfort and a touch of kindness too. With loving patience at the task and busy hours with little rest, help me keep my patients safe with wisdom and love is all I ask. And I don't know, it doesn't say who the author of that is, but this is, it's the Bradford Exchange, Angel of Joy, 9th issue in Heaven's Gentle Touch. So, in case you guys are wondering, she's feeding a baby in a bottle. So that's that. So that one's out for September, and then of course I'll bring some more out. That's all I have to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed your time here with me. This is a long one. I don't know when I'll be able to upload it. My Wi-Fi is not the best here in this house at this time. Later on we'll upgrade, but right now, no, it just isn't the wisest thing to do. I need to go take care of that noise up there. I don't know why the little dog is crying and whining. He wants to go outside for some reason. I mean, we take them out a lot, so they go out and they get a break and all that. It just, maybe he sees my husband and daughter outside. I don't know. All right, you guys, take care. have a wonderful day, week, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.